Hello, and welcome to this short, beginner-friendly, full-body yoga class. We'll get started seated. So whatever seat looks comfortable for you, maybe you're cross-legged, maybe the soles of the feet together, maybe the feet are just out in front of you, whichever you prefer. I'm sitting on a blanket just to raise my hips higher than my legs because my hamstrings are kind of tight. So if sitting down is uncomfortable for you, I recommend sitting on a blanket. For this practice, you can also have blocks. They're not needed necessarily, but if you prefer them, you can use them. I will probably use them. If you don't have blocks, you can use a stack of books, some pillows, whatever you need to just kind of bring the floor up closer to you when we get started. So coming into our comfortable seat, we'll get started with our centering and breathing. You can place both hands on the heart, one on top of the other if you prefer. Maybe you close the eyes. And then we're just going to come out of the thinking mind, come into the body. So maybe you notice any sensations that arise in the body. So we're just checking in with how we're feeling. And not judging anything as good or bad, just noticing. And so with the awareness on the chest, the hands, maybe you feel the body move as you inhale and exhale. Maybe you feel a heartbeat. So bringing that awareness into the body, feeling the breath, feeling the heartbeat. And just noticing how you feel. Is your breathing fast? Is your heart beating fast? Do you notice any sensation in the legs? See if you can make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll start to deepen the breath. So in through the nose, if it's comfortable, take a big deep inhale, filling the lungs all the way down to the belly with air if you can. And then exhaling, releasing all that air out, really slow through the nose if it's comfortable. Continuing to breathe like this, inhaling deeply through the nose, all the way down to the belly if it's possible. And exhaling really slow through the nose. And just feeling the chest move as we continue to breathe real deep and slow like that. Maybe even notice the heart rate start to slow down. Maybe you notice the legs start to relax a little more. And we'll take a few more breaths. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes, bring the hands down to the legs. Then we're just going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead, the hands can touch, maybe you gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Thumbs can touch the sternum. Inhale again, reach up, palms can touch. Exhale down, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, bring the arms up. And now we're going to exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat. Reach up and over with the left arm, stretching over to your right. Take another inhale, opening the heart up to the ceiling. Exhale, maybe reach further over to the right. Inhale, come back up. Arms come up, palms can touch. Exhale, left hand down. Reach up and over with the right arm. Inhale, open the chest up to the sky. Exhale, stretching a little deeper, maybe over to the left. Inhale, bring both arms back up, reach tall. Exhale, bring that left arm down to the right leg, kind of pushing that right leg away. Right arm goes back behind you, just for support, like a kickstand. Sit up nice and tall. Deep inhale, get taller. Exhale, twisting a little deeper, maybe gazing over the right shoulder. One more breath. Good. Inhale, unwind, come back to center. Arms come up, reach up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Right arm comes outside that left leg. Left arm back behind you for support. Inhale, get really tall. Nice long spine. Exhale, twist maybe a little deeper. Gaze over the left shoulder. One more breath. Good. Unwind, come back to center. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll come to all fours. Coming onto hands and knees. You can place your blanket underneath the knees if you need it. Wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll do a few cat-cows. So we'll inhale, gaze forward, belly drops, tailbone goes up, shoulders down. Exhale, round the back. Tuck the chin, gaze towards the toes. Maybe bring the sit bones down to the heels if that feels good. Maybe kind of wiggle side to side. Inhale back to your cow. Option to wiggle here if that feels good. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round the back. Coming back into your cat. Maybe sit bones go down towards the heels. Inhale back to your cow. Belly drops. Gaze forward. Exhale, round to cat. Good. Coming back up to our neutral position. We're going to plant that right hand. Inhale, left arm, right leg comes up. Point the toes, gaze out towards the hand in front of you. Pushing the floor away with the right hand. We're going to hold this. One breath. Deep inhale. Point, activate the abs. Exhale, lower down. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, raise, left arm, right leg, point the toes, make sure the hips are beside each other. Holding it for a breath. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, reach out. Abs are activated. Gaze forward, push the floor away. And exhale, lower down. Good. Kind of reset. If you need to, sit bones can go down towards the heels. Sway the hips side to side. Come back up to our neutral tabletop for the other side. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, raise, right arm, left leg. Push the floor away with the left hand. Reaching out, abs are activated, holding for a breath. Next exhale, lower down. Good. 2 more. Inhale, raise, hold for a breath. Push the floor away, gaze forward. And exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, raise, hold for a breath. And exhale, lower down. Good job. Sink back, coming into that child's pose, or just bring the sit bones down towards the heels. Kind of reset. Sway the hips side to side. Good. When you're ready, we'll come down to the belly. Turn the blanket around if you need to. Come onto the belly. We're going to place our hands under our shoulders. Do a few cobra pose. So check your feet behind you. They're about hip width apart. If your lower back gives you problems, widen the feet out to the sides of the mat. Hands on your shoulders, forehead's on the mat. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, raise the head off the mat, maybe up the upper body a little bit, pressing into the tops of the feet. Abs are activated, shoulders down, away from the ears, pushing the floor away. Exhale, lower all the way down. 2 more. Inhale, raise upper body, push through the hands, the upper or the tops of the feet, elbows in. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. Come up, inhale, shoulder or elbows in, shoulders down, press to the tops of the feet, gaze forward, and exhale, lower down. Good. Hands under shoulders, push up through your tabletop, come back to your child's pose. So knees can be wide, big toes together, sit bones on the heels, hands reach forward, forehead comes down to the mat. We'll take a few breaths in our child's pose. Breathe deeply into the back of the body. Then when you're ready, come up onto our toes behind us. And then we're going to bring our hips up and back, coming into our downward dog. First downward dog, ears are between the biceps, knees can be bent generously if the hamstrings are tight. Then maybe you walk it out. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Gaze is between the toes. See if you can see your heels. Adjust the feet to where you can't see the heels. So stretching out the calves, the back of the legs. Maybe shake the head no, relax the neck. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk our feet up to our hands. Inhale, halfway lift. So maybe the hands come to the shins. The back is kind of straightish. Gaze forward. Exhale, lower down to standing forward fold. Again, knees can be bent generously if the hamstrings are tight. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Sway a little side to side. Relax the neck. Good. Then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way up. So I like to drop my hips down and back. Keep my head in line with my spine. Arms come up overhead. Hands can touch. Gaze up, exhale, hands to heart center. So keeping the thumbs on the sternum, maybe check in with the breath. Check in with the body, take some deep breaths. Feel the heartbeat under the thumbs. Good. Then we'll come to the top of our mat. Feet are hip width apart. Coming into our mountain pose. So heels are under the hips. Shoulders are over the hips. Head is over the heart. We're standing nice and tall. Maybe tuck the tailbone. Hands can come out to the sides. Standing up nice and tall. Abs are activated. Squeezing the thighs. The knees are not locked. Take a deep breath. Chin is parallel to the floor. Good. When you're ready, we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. So on the inhale, come up to the tippy toes. We're going to hold this for a breath. Next exhale, slowly lower down. Good. Raise the toes, counter pose. Inhale again when you're ready, coming up to the tippy toes, holding it for a breath. Next exhale, lower down, raise the toes, counter stretch. Good. One more time. Inhale, up to the toes, holding it for a breath. And next exhale, lower down. Raise the toes, stretch out the calves. Good. So again, at the top of our mat, feet hip width apart. We'll inhale, bring the arms up overhead, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center, step back with the left leg. Coming into our low lunge. So your legs are at 90-degree angles. Option to stay on the toes behind you, or you can put the top of the foot on the mat. Also, if you need it, you can bring your blanket under the knee. And then give your hips plenty of room, so maybe scoot the left foot over a little bit here in our low lunge. And then we're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead. And we're going to grab the left wrist, and we're going to come up and exhale over to our right. So really getting into that left psoas, the left side of the body. Let's breathe here. Inhale, open the chest up to the sky. Exhale, maybe reach a little deeper to the right. One more. Inhale. Exhale, reaching to the right. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands down beside the foot. And then we're going to scoot that left foot forward a little bit so we can straighten it out to come into our half split. Here you can use the blocks if you have them, or books, whichever you prefer. Just kind of bringing the floor a little closer. So our right foot is flexed and straightish. If you have tight hamstrings, you might have a bend in the knee. That's perfectly fine. Take the shoulders down away from the ears. Gaze forward. And then take that right hip and just kind of push it back. Bring that left hip forward so the hips are beside each other. Good. One more deep breath. Good. And then we're going to bend the front knee again. You can keep the blocks if you'd like. I'm going to plant my left hand into the mat, and I'm going to inhale, bring my right arm straight up for a twist. Now, if you'd like a little bit more, you can come up onto your toes on that left foot, raise the knee off the mat, push the heel back, so getting into the calf there. And we're going to just take another deep breath. One more breath. Good. And then we're going to bring the hand down. Now we're going to straighten the front leg coming into pyramid. So raise that right knee or left knee off the mat if it was on the mat. Coming into pyramid pose. So you may change the height of the blocks if you have them. Maybe bring that left foot forward a little bit so you can straighten the front leg a little bit more. So coming into pyramid, our gaze is forward. Our back is kind of straightish. You can also bring the hands up to the thigh if you prefer. Keeping the back straight, shoulders down away from the ears. Deep breath. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, bend that front knee, and then we're going to raise up. Bring the arms up, bring the torso up. Arms come up, warrior one. So you can bring that left heel down to the mat. So your back foot's at that 45-degree angle. You can scoot that right foot over to the side of the mat, giving your hips plenty of room. So hips are facing the front of the mat. Torso faces front of the mat. Arms are up. Warrior one. Good. Take another deep inhale. Get really tall. And then we're going to exhale. Come back down. Bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to step forward with that left foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe bend one knee, straighten the other. Get into the hips. Good. And then we're going to inhale, stand all the way up. Head in line with the spine. Reach tall. Hands can touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Other side. Inhale, reach up. Palms can touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step back with the right foot. And lower the right knee down to the mat. So again, legs are at the 90-degree angles. You can stay on the toes in the right foot. Or lower the top of the foot to the mat. Scoot the left foot over, give your hips plenty of room. We're just going to inhale, reach up. So grab onto the right wrist. Pull up and exhale over to the left. Good. Inhale, let the chest open up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull a little bit more to the left. One more time. Inhale deep. Exhale, pulling to the left. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the hands down beside the foot. Scoot the right or left foot forward so you can straighten out the leg, flexing the foot, coming into half split. Option, use the blocks. You can also bring the hands to the thigh if that feels good as well. Take a few breaths here. So breathing deep into the back of our leg, the hamstrings, the calves. It's okay if there's a slight bend in the knee. So gaze forward, shoulders down away from the ears. Breathing deep through the nose if it's comfortable. Good. And then we're going to bend the front knee. Bring the blocks down. We're going to plant the right hand. Bring the left arm up for a twist. Option again, coming up onto the toes on that right foot. Raising the knee, swinging that heel back over the toes, reaching up with the left arm. Nice strong twist, runner's lunge. Deep inhale. Exhale through the nose if it's comfortable. One more. Bring that left hip back, let our right hip forward. Another breath. Good. And then we'll bring your hand down to your mat. We're going to raise the right knee off the mat if you haven't already. We're going to straighten the front leg, coming into pyramid. So you can use blocks if you have them. Place the hands on the thigh, coming into pyramid. You can also bring the right toes up a little closer so you can stretch that front leg. You can also drop that back heel, kind of like warrior pose, if you need a little bit more stability in your pyramid pose. And then our gaze is slightly forward, shoulders down away from the ears. Deep breath. Good, then when you're ready, we're going to bend into the front knee. Dropping the right heel if we haven't already, coming up into our warrior one. So activating the abs, strong thigh, reaching up, arms up. Good, front knee is bent over the ankle, not falling in. Reaching tall, deep breath. Good, another inhale. Exhale, bringing the hands down beside the foot. Step forward with that right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll stand all the way up. Head in line with the spine. Reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Next inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Head in line with the spine. Bend the knees if you need to. Relax the neck when you get down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Step back to downward dog. Again, walking it out. See how you feel now from when you started. Maybe the legs are a little bit more limber. Maybe you can straighten the knees a little bit more. So ears between the biceps, relax the neck. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring that right knee up inside the right wrist. Walk that left foot back, coming into our pigeon pose. So right foot is kind of in the groin area. And you can stay up like this, or you can come down to the forearms. We're going to hold this pose for a few breaths. If this is not happening today in your body, you can always come down to the back and bring the right ankle onto the left knee. This is also pigeon pose. If you do the reclined version, you can bring the left leg into the chest, so really increasing that stretch in the outer hip. So I'll let you choose which pigeon your body feels like doing today. You can also place a block if you're in the upright pigeon underneath that right hip to bring the floor a little closer. So settling into whichever pigeon feels best for you. Breathing deep through the nose. Relax the shoulders. Breathing into the right hip. Melting into the floor a little more with the exhale. Two more deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Good. When you're ready, come up onto our hands. We're going to step back to that downward dog, or you can come to all fours, whichever one you prefer. Take a breath wherever you choose. And then we'll bring that left knee into the left wrist. Left foot's kind of in the groin, walking the right foot back, coming into kind of like a split, and then you can place the block under the left hip if you need to, bringing the floor closer. Again, option to take the reclined version. So maybe you come down to the back, left ankle on the right knee, and pull the right leg into the chest. I'll let you choose which one you prefer. And then we'll settle in. Maybe bring the forearms down to the mat. Maybe stack the fist. Rest the head on the fist if that feels good. Wherever you choose, relax the shoulders. So breathe into the left hip. Melting further into the mat with the exhale. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose if it's comfortable. And then when you're ready, come up onto our hands. We're going to swing that back leg forward. If you're already reclined, just stay there. We're going to come down to our backs. So once you get down to the back, go ahead, bring both knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side. And then we're going to keep that right knee in the chest, extend the left leg out. So maybe kind of rock the right knee side to side, left toes are pointed. Maybe bring the right knee over towards the armpit, out to the side. Maybe place the left hand on that left hip, keeping it grounded. Deep breath. Good. Bring both knees back into the chest, rocking side to side. Switching it up, keep the left knee in the chest, extend the right leg out, point the toes. Maybe rock that left knee side to side. Pull it over towards the armpit if that feels good. Use the right hand to keep the right hip grounded onto the mat. Deep breath. And bring both feet to the mat, knees are bent. I'm going to bring the arms out into a T shape. If you have room, if you're not practicing by a wall like me. And then we're just going to scoot the hips to the right a little and let the knees fall over to the left. So right arm is extended. We'll gaze out towards the right hand. Maybe use the left hand to kind of guide that right knee down a little if you need to. You can also place blocks under that left knee to bring the floor closer if you need to. And we'll just take a few deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose if it's comfortable. Relaxing the legs, relaxing the shoulders. Just wringing out any remaining stress in the body. And then bring the knees back to center when you're ready. Scoot the hips to the left a little, let the knees fall over to the right. So left arm is extended out to the side. We're going to gaze at the left arm, left hand. Maybe use the right hand to kind of guide the left knee down a little more. You can also place a block or blanket under the knees if you need to on this side. Relax the shoulders, relax the legs. Breathe into the left side. Maybe this side feels a little different. That's okay. Just noticing. One more deep breath. And then you can bring the knees back to center. Go bring the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Take any other stretches you might need, and then we'll come into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. So when you've gotten to your Shavasana, see if you can make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Where can you adjust to relax a little bit more? Maybe let the feet fall out, the wrists fall open. Maybe scoot the shoulder blades underneath you. Maybe cover up with the blanket if you have one. And just take this time for you. Bringing the awareness back to the breath. So coming out of the thinking mind like we started into the body. Checking in once more with how you feel, noticing if it's any different from when you started. Let the body integrate the practice as you breathe. If any thoughts should arise, just let them float away like a cloud for now. Just take this time to relax and breathe and take a moment for yourself. Letting the head relax, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the face relax, the chest relax, the hips, the thighs, the calves, the feet. You are fully supported here on your mat wherever you are. Just relax. You can stay here as long as you like. If you need to go on and do anything, maybe you start to move the fingers and toes, the arms and legs. Maybe you stretch long, rolling to one side when you're ready, taking a big deep breath. And then come up to a comfortable seat when you're ready. Take another regular deep breath. And then we'll inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center to seal your practice. And thank yourself for taking this time for you today. And I thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.